What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Misfire. My hair is crazy because we're gonna do crazy stuff. So we are going to be working on the Nova Wagon for the first time. We've been working on the other one a little bit, but now since I've gotten this one, I literally haven't touched it, but I've kind of come to the conclusion that this is probably the one we're gonna end up spending time on trying to build. And the reason being, so while the rust in it, like this stuff is pretty bad, the stuff that is good is actually, it looks good. From what you can see on the outside, it actually looks reasonably totally uptight. Like, it's hard to just decide whether or not this one's better than the other one as far as this kind of stuff goes. But and like this pillar is a little rotted right here, but the rest of the and this part of the roof's rotted, which explain to me why this is totally fine, or this is totally rotted like this, and this is totally fine. I don't know. Or like the rest of the roof is. So like theoretically we can cut this part out right here and then replace that, and the inside underneath the drip rail is totally clean. This part, just again, just cutting a piece, replacing that, versus on the other car there's pock marks and pitting all over the roof, all over the sides. The patina is good, but you'd have to fix all of it to make the car actually look decent. And this one, honestly, I mean, the spots that are good, like this kind of stuff, we're gonna pressure wash it today, and we'll see kind of what the patina looks like, because on the front end it's gonna be a fiberglass front end no matter what we do, so that doesn't matter. But if we can get, say, the body looking decent, this side, this quarter panel is actually good. There's, you know, stuff growing in the door jamb on that side. This quarter panel is rough, but it's not nearly as rough as the other one, honestly. Like where it's gone on this side, you can honestly get two of the patch pieces that they make, because they make this part basically right here as a patch panel. So I'll get two hardtop ones, because that's all this is. So if you haven't messed with wagons too much, what I've come to understand with the wagons is they have this trim. This is longer than the sedan or the hardtop. They don't make sedan rear quarters, but they make hardtop rear quarters. So what you end up doing, if you need a quarter, you basically graft two hardtop quarter panels into itself, and that's your corner. Up here you're kind of screwed, but this isn't that big of a deal as far as metal, and thankfully this one seems okay. We may be missing a little bit of the inside support, but that's okay, we can deal with that. We'll have to take this apart and take the inside part apart and actually get a good look at it. And that's what today's gonna be. We're gonna be getting this thing pressure washed to get the inside cleaned out, because if you look on the inside right now, ignore the door, it is nasty. So I need to make it unnasty, and like there's literally dead mice. There's literally dead mice in the seat. And I want to see what this seat looks like, because underneath it looks like they just threw vinyl or whatever this is over the original seat, and that original seat looks, albeit dirty and stained, but it probably looks totally usable. So we'll have to see what that looks like when I get all this kind of taken apart and looked at. But yeah, like I said before, if you didn't watch the original video of us getting this, we drove to South Carolina to get this car, and it was 650 bucks. It had the rally clock, it has the trim, which is worth easily $500 for it. It has a rear sway bar. It's a power steering car. There's some really cool stuff on this one. So Nova specific stuff that we can totally build into one day. You know, when I have $1 million, when we build this car to a bracket car, or the other one to a bracket car, the other one gets all the old school hot rod Nova parts, and we put that on that car, and it's like a 283 Power Glide or 700R4 car with some, you know, cool OG sway bar, OG AC, OG power steering. Make it look like it was from 1967, rolled off the showroom kind of thing. Cool car. And everyone goes, and I'm like, yeah. And then I go, look at my other wagon, and it'd be cool if you could tow the race car wagon behind the old school wagon. I don't know, just thinking out loud. Anyway, goldfish thoughts. But we're gonna throw that door closed. Ignore that. There. See, it closes fine. I'm gonna get this thing rolled around the side over into the shade kind of in front of the shop and grab the pressure washer, get it rolling, and we're going to absolutely soak that car and see what happens. I forgot how bad the condenser, whatever that used to be, was on it. I'm sure that'll still work. Oh God. That is crazy how the chemicals like that just absolutely rotted that thing out. That is absolutely wild. I'm sure this engine will turn over though, because I pulled the dipstick. There's still oil in it. Maybe that'll be a video of us trying to get this thing running with those valve covers. There's still spark plugs in it, so I mean it's probably sealed up totally fine. With those valve covers, they might actually seal better than other ones because there's no breather or anything on them, and the fact that this is on it may bode well for it. We may have another numbers matching 283 that may be good to go. You never know. Also, this looks almost as good as mine does in my Nova. It's just water. I was wondering if that was actually windshield wiper fluid. That would have been hilarious. But, alright, let's get the pressure washing that thing. Well, pressure washer's out of gas, so I'm going to the gas station real quick to go get gas, and then I'll be right back. I wish I took more like in-person video or like pictures like before and after. I took some on the back, but it's that dark blue is just peeling off like tape almost. It is rapidly becoming light blue, which is the color I really want this car to be. I would love for this to be like a patinaed blue, white, dark blue color, rust. So I'm going to keep pressure washing on it and make it that color because that's really cool. The front end we don't care about. We can fix doors if we think the doors are like worth saving. We can fix those. So I'm like all about this patina look now. This is going to be really, 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 really cool. I'm stoked. Okay, so now we've pressure washed the body and it's looking pretty good. We don't care about the front clip, we don't care about any of that stuff because we're going to change all the stuff up front, and the stuff that's rusty on the car, like that front core support and everything, we're going to swap that out too because it's not that big of a deal. I'm thinking what I'm going to end up doing is most of the rust is either where the trim pieces were along the side of the car or they're down by the rockers. That's really easy to fix. This stuff all along here is super easy, and this is probably really thin right here, but that's probably also fixable. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do in order to keep this patina on the car and making at least the rest of the car looking as patinaed as possible, I'm going to patch those little pieces right there with little pieces of metal, and we're going to kind of go from there and try to see what's inside the doors. I'll take the door panels apart. We'll go through, we'll check everything, but I think we can probably save those doors, and we can save that quarter panel on the far side, and then things like this hole right there we can probably fix too. I have fiberglass front fenders for the car, so we don't care about the fenders, and they're blue, so we may end up either leaving them blue or I'll shoot them black primer like I did in my hood, and the front end's going to be black primer, fiberglass front clip, which will be pretty cool. And the rest of the car will be patinaed, so I'll still have that patinaed look, and then, you know, just race car stuff on the front end, because, you know, we found this old, quite literally, we found this in some guy's field that he was literally getting rid of for parts for 650 bucks, so I bought it, and we throw the front clip away because it's all rusty. We fix some of the patch holes, put race car stuff on the front of it, put race car stuff under it, put a roll cage in it, and we go fast. So that's the whole play with this car, and that's what we're going to do. So now the next step is probably to get it undercover behind me right here. Coincidentally, right where the other wagon is, where I'm backing in, I need to get all of the fur or mouse and rat fecal matter and skeletons out of the inside. So hold your breath, because this is going to be really, really, really bad. We got to get all that out. We got to get the carpet out. We got to get the seats out, and make sure the floor, or check to see how bad the floor is, because there's carpet in the car. So it's 50-50. Either is really good or it's really, really bad. I've been under the car once, and it doesn't look horrible from the underside, but it's hard to really tell, especially I was under the dark at like 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to have to check all that and see while we're doing this. So cross your fingers the floor's good, because that means less work for me. And less work is better. So let's see. So as you can see, it is raining a little bit. Kind of a torrential downpour almost. So I was originally going to try to get the wagon in right here to start cleaning it out, and I'm going to get the back seat cleaned out, but it is so loud right here to film. I'm probably going to just try to, I'm probably just going to start working on getting stuff out off camera for a second, and then when it lightens up, or tomorrow morning, I'll do a video, like kind of do a walk inside of the video, so you can kind of see. And then once the car is dry and we can actually see what the car looks like, then we can kind of get a nice ending to this video. Stay tuned for that. And I look like a wet dog right now. It is rough. Yeah, I am rough. So let's get into that, and I'm going to get that thing cleaned out. Pray for me that I don't get gun herpes, because there's a lot of grossness in that car. Just black. So. Also, when you're moving a car by yourself and it's hard to like keep it going, when you have to like turn things and make it do certain things, for crap boxes like this, the easiest thing to do is to grab a bungee cord like this, and you strap it to something, either the door, or I have it underneath like where the seam is on the car, the body seam, and you just tie it and then it doesn't turn. So wherever you need the wheel, it's just gonna kind of stop it wherever it is. So if you have a wheel that's not great, you know, the body's not necessarily, you know, the best, this is something easy that you can do to at least get stuff moved to where you need to work on it by yourself without having to ask your wife or anyone else to help you. So, and it honestly doesn't take that much more time to do. So it's just another tip for working by yourself when you're doing stupid things like me. this guy right here. That looks like it's been on the bottom of the ocean for I don't know how long. And I think this is one of the guides. I'm not totally sure, but that one just like completely broke when I touched it. It looks like snake skin, but it's probably supposed to be holding the rest of that cable that broke off, and that's probably what's left of it, is that right there, that mushy mess in a fishnet. So I'm about to figure out a way to get that thing down. Also, in case you're wondering how these rust out, see all that crap down there? That's how they rust out. I guess these sit under a tree, and these aren't sealed all that well, and all that crap just gets down in there and just rusts and eats out the bottom of these things, which is really too bad. You would have thought GM would have had a better design, but they never were able to do that. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to get this thing down without breaking this back window. So wish me luck. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. If you can already tell, it's been a couple days. This window is still giving me a complete pain in my butt. Yeah, so I went in here with a 2-foot breaker bar, and that still didn't push the window down, and I'm afraid of breaking it if I try to do too much more. So I'm gonna have to go in there and, you know, Sawzall maybe, and use, you know, atomic measures and take a whole bunch of stuff out and try to get that window down. I'm wondering if the track itself super rusted and it's just froze wherever it is, because yeah, it won't even go up now. So it's always something. But we got the car pressure washed, and it looks really good pressure washed. I love the way this looks, like this paint and stuff. We'll have to kind of adjust stuff like this, and we'll obviously get a full new front clip, which we have parts for. We'll probably use. Unfortunately, looking at the inside of these doors, I looked at a few of them more, like this one, I think. I don't know how well the camera can see. You can kind of see right here. It's pretty well rotted on the inside of the doors too, which is too bad, which is a big bummer. Those doors on that car are totally fine, so it's going to be kind of one of those things. I'm going to decide whether or not I want to try to keep the patina and try to fix these doors, and fix the patina and try to make it like the whole patina Rustmobile wagon, or do I put pieces together, not paint it, and it's going to be mismatch wagon, which it's already going to be, or do I put all the mismatch parts together, make the best wagon possible, and then we build that car into the hot rod car and we paint it, you know, white or black or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. But in the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for the next video of me, you know, working on this and fixing holes and making this car not a Bluetooth floor car. Yeah. That part's solid at least. Oh. Poor thing. I'll see you guys later.